Audio test.
Good morning, councillors. Good morning, councillors. You feel late? Okay.
Councillors, ladies and gentlemen, may we please rise to welcome the Speaker of Council, Councillor Vasco da Gama.
Once again, the corrupt ANC.
Good morning, councillors. Can we please rise for a moment of silence? Thank you, councillors. Thank you very much. You may be seated.
Can I see a speaker's list? I just want to notice.
There? Okay.
No, not this one. It wasn't a notice. I just want to see where the notice is.
What's the notice?
Is it there, speaker? No.
For the meeting.
Yeah. Oh, there we go.
It's a continuation.
We started with the opening, right? Then we'll do the whole, right?
Just read out that.
I'll read the other verse. Good morning, councillors. It is hereby notified that the continuation of the 6th Ordinary Council meeting of the City of Johannesburg Municipality will be held on Thursday, 23rd June 2022 at 10 a.m. at the Constance Konipabela Council Chamber in Metropolitan Centre in Braamfontein.
Good morning, councillors. We've got a little bit too much movement in the council chamber. Can I just ask that we please settle down? I'm sure that all of you are tired. We went home quite late last night, I think at 9:30. Today's meeting is a continuation of yesterday's 6th Ordinary Council meeting. Councillors, I have also received 2 requests for urgent debate on a matter of public importance in terms of Rule 98 of the Standing Rules of Council and Orders of Council of 2016. The requests were from Councillor Rapadu and Councillor Nguse, respectively. Both requests did not comply with Rule 98.3, and as a result, I did not accede to their requests. My reasons thereof have been communicated to both councillors. Councillors, let me point out that even when the council meeting is scheduled for 2 consecutive days, it's still one ordinary council meeting, and it should be deemed as such. So, if any councillor wishes the council to discuss a matter of urgent public importance, he or she must make a request to the speaker in writing at least 4 hours before the beginning of the first day of an ordinary council meeting of the council. Those are what I'm basically just spelling out on the 2 requests. Councillors, at this point, legal is verifying the quorum, and they have, it's 190 There is a quorum, and obviously, as you all know, 136 is a quorum. So therefore, we can continue with this meeting. Councillors, just to give the motion will be brought forward, including the in-committee items. I have been informed by the current whip of the ANC, Councillor Mkina, that the ANC has got a provincial conference. They are supposed to start registering at this time, at 10 o'clock. They've only got time until 5 o'clock to register for that conference, and therefore they will be leaving earlier later on. And that's the reason why I'm bringing forward the urgency items, which includes the upper limits. You also want that.
Upper limits, upper limits.
Councillors, therefore, I would also ask that the most important item, which is basically the year planner, not the upper limits, the year planner also be brought forward so that we are able to approve that. So, councillors, can I then suggest that the upper limits is last so that everybody stays in-house? Thank you. Councillor Novella.
Thank you very much, Speaker. But the motion is not an urgent issue. Why is it coming up? It's not urgent, and those who have proposed it have never asked for it to be elevated. So why are we taking it up? Let's leave it there. Let's leave it there. You must not be worried too much. The ANC have a conference. So it might happen after.
Thank you, Councillor Novella. I've heard you. I've heard you, but you know, then we must argue about all the items. I've made a ruling, and that's what's going to happen. Thank you. Councillor Ahmad.
Thank you, Speaker. Remember, I'm the proposer of the motion, so there's no consensus. You should leave it where it is. Thank you, Speaker.
There don't need to be consensus. I've made the decision. Councillor Rafferty.
Thank you, Speaker. I just think that you should stick to your ruling. If not, we are setting ourselves up for something else. You have made a ruling, stick to it. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Hey, Speaker, we
Thank
didn't
you.
engage the PA.
Councillors, I'm
We
not
didn't
going
lobby
to
the
allow
PA.
further debate. We already, are starting late because of this discussion before the time. Councillors, can we please continue? Thank you very much. Councillors, just the leave of absence. Andile? Yes, no leaves of absence. Announcement.
Councillors, we are on agenda item on application for leave of absence.
Councillor Novella.
I thought the reason we refused to grant an urgent debate on an urgent matter is because this is a continuation of yesterday's meeting.
Correct.
It's not a new meeting. So why are we taking an application for leave of absence? The only thing we're supposed to do is to determine quorum, and if there's quorum, we continue where we left off. So if you are taking leave of absence, it means it's a new meeting. And therefore, then we can argue that the matter for urgent debate can be fitted in the agenda.
No.
You are not going to bully us with those things I've made the ruling. It's not a
Councillor
request, it's
Novella.
a fact.
Councillor Novella, please, you're out of order.
No, I'm on point. It's a continuation of yesterday's meeting. If you are
I'm-
taking leave of absence, it means
Can
it's a
I
new meeting
respond to you?
altogether. Do we take leave of absence in the middle of
Can
the
I
meeting?
respond to you, Councillor?
We don't take leave of absence in the middle of the meeting.
Thank
So
you,
when the
Councillor.
middle of the ordinary meeting, we start on the 22nd
Councillor,
of June.
please take your seat. Thank you. Councillor, it's a new day. Some people have sent in their leaves of absences for today, and we must record that. Thank you very much. Any leaves of absence from the floor? Councillor Dummy.
Morning, Speaker. Good morning, councillors. Speaker, I've got Councillor Mnyameni, who went to the hospital today. Councillor J. Make, who's also sick. Councillor Masuku still sick. Councillor Mukwena still sick. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Councillor, please rise.
Thanks, Speaker. For the EFF, the leave of absence is the same as yesterday, as was recorded. Thanks.
Thank you, Councillor. Anybody else? Councillors, I've also received the leave of absence for Councillor Nontenja, the same as yesterday. Anybody else? Once, twice, is the...
What about Imran?
And Imran, yes, correct. Thank you very much for reminding me, Councillor Ahmad. Thank you. Councillors, is the...
Where is the
Councillor
mayor?
Dummy?
Speaker, I just received information Councillor Masini got accident while he was on his way to council.
Councillor
Masindi
Masindi.
Mbengwa. Masindi Mbengwa.
Thank you very much. Sorry to hear that, Councillor.
Thank you.
And you will give us more information. Thanks. Councillors, is the leaves of absences therefore agreed to? Thank you very much.
The third,
We should get straight.
then we starting with the motions.
Yes.
Okay, the next item is the elevated item, which is the motions.
Chair of Chairs, can you please take the seat?
Speaker,
Councillor Councillor Arnolds.
Speaker, jy moet al gewoond is, ek sit hierso. Thank you, Speaker, for the opportunity. The minority opposition parties is asking for a caucus, a 15-minute break. I'm asking the Speaker. We're asking for a 15-minute break, Speaker, before we go into these items. Thank you. Speaker, am I protected?
Councillor Arnolds, you are. Councillor
Because ek is
Arnolds, you
moeg
are.
van die
Councillors,
mense
can I
die kant.
please ask for some patience, please, councillors? Can I ask you for
Protected
some
leadership.
patience? Councillor Arnolds, we will grant the 15 minutes, but we first have to read out.
Perfect, Speaker.
Thank you very much. Please go ahead.
The next item is motions, which is the vote of no confidence against the Speaker of Council, Councillor Vasco da Gama.
Thank you very much.
I win.
The chair of chairs will take the chair after
Kante, how many are you?
minutes break. So we basically have to be back at 5:02.
No, guys.
Let them.
Thank you, councillors. Can we settle down, please? Sandile, you can put on the drums.
Okay, councillors, just to once again read the item on motions. It's a vote of no confidence against the Speaker of Council, Councillor Vasco da Gama.
Thank you, Acting Secretary to Council. There was a caucus break that was requested by Councillor Arnolds. Could you kindly report back, please?
Julle raak boring, ken julle dit? Chair of Chairs, the minority opposition parties are fine. You can carry on with the agenda. Thank you. As mos julle besigheid wat ons doen nie. Hou. Ja, tandi zinto.
Thank you, Councillor Arnolds. We accept the report back. Now we'll proceed to item 7, which is the motions. The proposer is Councillor T. Ahmed. Could you kindly come up and table the motion, Councillor Ahmed?
Chair.
There's a hand, Speaker.
Speaker. Speaker, there's a hand.
I didn't see which councillor raised the hand. Councillor Khadebe, please proceed.
Angibonge yesihlalo. Hey, ngiyabona ukuthi ngathi ngifike late nyana. Ngithole vele kune break nyane khona and sesukuma motions angazi kanjani. So nje bengizocela nje ukuthi siphe ithuba mhlawumbe 20 minutes sike sithi ukuyihleba nje ne caucus yami. Angibonge.
How long do you need the caucus break?
Sorry, council was
Councillor
scheduled for
Khadebe,
10.
how long? Councillor Khadebe, you can address me. How long do you need your caucus break to be?
Zitha.
Councillor Khadebe,
Numbers don't matter. Watch and learn.
Ngiyabonga sihlalo. Ngicela imizuzu engamashumi amabili.
20 minutes. Is that 20 minutes? Granted, thank you.
Madam Speaker.
Speaker.
Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker.
Take 3 hours, please. EFF, take 3 hours.
Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker.
Please be back 11:30. It's 11:30 what? 11:30. That's 20 minutes caucus break. 11:30 we'll resume.
Hello. This thing is not working.
It's working. I can hear you.
Let's meet outside. Let's meet outside. Let's go to the park outside there, Darocha. Darocha, let's go to the park. Darocha, I want to meet you at the park outside right now.
Les chaudous, qui les chaudous? Les chaudous, qui les chaudous? How les chaudous, les chaudous?
Can someone give me whiskey, please? Whiskey, whiskey.
Patankolo, patankoli, opatungaye. Hey, lawan tawo fumutula lawo. Action.
Tsotsi ke tsotsi.
ngosinikeza lesi sikhathi, we may proceed with the business of the day. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor. The proposer of the motion is Councillor Ahmed. Councillor Ahmed, may I request you to table the motion, please?
Thank you, Speaker. Incoming. So, I would like to commence by a quote that I heard this morning. They say you can take a horse to a river, but you can't drink that horse. You can only, yeah, you can't drink the horse. You can, you can only drink the whiskey. Thank you so much.
Drinking horses is not good for leadership.
Kindly note that in terms of Chapter 7, Rule 89 and 941 of the Standing Rules and Orders of Council of the City of Johannesburg, read together with Section 39 and 40 of the Local Government Municipal Structures Act 117. The proposer and the seconder hereby request the Speaker of Council at the next ordinary sitting to table the following motion for debate. That's the background from when it was admissible. Motion, vote of no confidence against Speaker Vasco da Gama. Kindly table the motion accordingly. The background of the motion, there is an idiom that says, a leopard never changes its spot, which simply means that a person can never change their basic personality, habits, and character easily. This idiom has shown itself in practice in the city of Johannesburg. In 2019, Council of Greater Johannesburg declared Councillor Vasco da Gama unfit to hold the Speaker's seat. A motion of no confidence was passed in Council for his removal successfully so. After 2021 local election, the DA-led administration went against the motion by re-electing the same personnel in the Speaker's seat, thus making citizens suffer the same rate of partialism, inaccessibility of Council to the public, and continued build mistrust between councillors, which renders Council business dysfunctional. The Speaker has failed to safeguard the independence of Council, but led own political stance to interfere with Council business. On the 26th of January 2022, Gauteng Provincial MEC of Kokta, Mr. Lebogang Maile, together with the Speaker of Council, called a political meeting with party leaders. This was following a series of council meetings that were collapsed due to chaos that erupted during its proceedings. The meeting was intended to ensure that political parties can reach a level of compromise to allow Council to conduct its business with decorum in the city of Johannesburg. The Speaker disregarded intervention by the MEC and deemed it unconstitutional. However, the minutes adopted in the previous counted date, 18th January 2022, recommended a meeting between the MEC of Kokta, the Speaker of Council, and political leaders of parties represented in the City of Johannesburg Council. The Speaker of Council and his partisan position as it relates to proceedings of the business of the Council became oblivious to the fact that adopted minutes of Council are mutually exclusive and collectively exhaustive. Proceedings with utter disregard of the agreement that was meant to ensure that Council business is conducted and concluded with decorum. Therefore, based on the adopted minutes dated 18th January 2022 that enable the Speaker to affirm chairpersons of Section 79 oversight committees as uncontested, it should be noted that the Speaker of Council did not rule on other critical recommendations made to Council, nor did he dispute the recommendations. This recommendations therefore stands as a Council resolution and thus holds the Speaker in contempt of Council Rule 149, subsection 3 in the Standing Rules of Council. It is therefore recommended that a motion of no confidence against the Speaker, Councillor Vasco da Gama, be passed by this Council. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Councillor Ahmad. Councillors, we've all heard the motion that was tabled. Is anyone opposing this motion?
Seconder.
There's a seconder to that motion.
Thank you very much, Presiding Officer.
Councillors, are you opposing the motion or are you supporting the motion?
Speaker.
Okay, I hear the...
You have legal advisors next to you, Speaker.
Speaker.
Councillor, I can't see your name. Is that a point of order? Please, Councillor Mhlongo, rise.
Thank you very much, Honorable Deputy Speaker. I think you're going to call on the podium the person who's seconding the motion first before you allow it to be debated in the House. If there is any seconder to the motion, that is the procedure of the House. Honorable Speaker, thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Mhlongo. That is not the procedure. Now that the motion has been opposed, we will now go into the debate, and I will now call the seconder to speak. The seconder is Councillor Gwamanda. Could you kindly speak on the motion? Councillor Gwamanda.
Thank you very much, incoming Speaker. I, Councillor Kabelo Kwamanda, would like to second the motion of no confidence against the Speaker of Council, Councillor Vasco da Gama. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor. Next, we have Councillor Stole of the ACDP.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker. Ngilotshise the Mayor, Dr. Mpopalazi, okhona ngendlini. Ngilotshise i-whip of the council. Ngilotshise futhi the Speaker of the House, Councillor Vasco da Gama. Ngiphinde ngilotshise nosihlalo okungenzeka abe the next speaker, uCouncillor Colleen Makhubele. Ngilotshise futhi nabakhanselara wonke endlini. Ngilotshise futhi na all the supporters and all the members of the ACDP and the voters outside there that are supporting the ACDP. And some of them are here in the gallery. And then ngilotshise namakhanselara wonke. Thokoze. As the ACDP, we are standing today into this day.
Calm down. Let Councillor Stole speak. Councillor Stole, you've got 2 minutes, please.
Thank you. As the ACDP, we are standing today in this historical day to make sure that we stamp our authority in the current government that is governing the city of Johannesburg. We will never, even in a dream, God forbid, that will be supporting the motion from the opposition to defeat our own. It will never exist in our lifetime. And then we will continue to support whoever is governing with us today, tomorrow, or any time. In those words, I want to say to you, Deputy Speaker, that as a ACDP, we don't support this motion of no-confidence against our own. Thank you.
You are not governing.
Thank you, Councillor Stole. Councillor Kadebe of the EFF. Councillor Kadebe of the EFF.
Ngiyabonga Sihlalo. On the motion of no confidence against the Speaker of Council, Vasco Dzagama, firstly, I would like to say that the Speaker of Council's duties and responsibilities is not just presiding over this House, but also charged with numerous duties and responsibilities by law and by the House rules. As the presiding officer, he must maintain order, he must manage its proceedings and must govern the administration of its business. The major function of the Speaker with respect to the consideration measures on the floor includes recognizing members who seek to address the House, applying the House rules, and putting the question on matter arising on the floor. The Speaker's role is impartial, it's an impartial one, and his ruling must serve to protect the rights of the minority, not only of his political party. The Speaker of this House continues to undermine the rules of Council, specifically Rule 66, Rule 72, Rule 73, and Rule 75. Which leads to interruptions during proceedings and which leads to chaos and the collapse of the meetings of this council. The questionable behavior of the Speaker has made us as the EFF to even write to the MEC of Kokta. Now, this, as the EFF, we approve and support the motion of no confidence against the Speaker, Councillor Vasco Dzagama.
Thank you, Councillor Kadebe. Next, Councillor Kotios from the Action SA.
Good morning, Acting Speaker. Good morning, colleagues. Speaker, it is indeed not surprising that this motion has come up today and is being tabled. We know, and I'm sure even the proposers of this motion know, that the motion is frivolous. Acting Speaker, it is indeed a sad day in the city of Johannesburg when we as councillors, elected councillors, waste taxpayers' money the way we are doing now. It will be interesting to see just now when we speak about the upper limits, how many of our proposers and seconders and family will oppose that and say, no, we don't want that. How do we go home at night and answer our voters and our supporters? How do we say to them, this is what we did for you today? We don't. We say we were working hard. We pull up with our BMWs and our big expensive cars.
Get to the point.
Speaker, we need to concentrate on the basic needs of our citizens. These are not basic needs. We must stop concentrating on trying to get the scraps that has been left in the city of Johannesburg, because the bulk of that money, we know where it went to. So stop it. Stop listening to your bosses. Stop listening to whoever's telling you to get back into council and become the mayor and become the speaker. Wait for a couple of years until we build up the reserves. Acting Speaker, we, as Action SA, will not allow ourselves to be abused with frivolous acts. We urge you, our councillors, to remember that the needs of the residents come first. Acting Speaker, the taps are being closed. Acting Speaker, as Action SA, we do not support this frivolous and wasteful motion. I thank you.
Thank you, councillors. Next, we have Councillor Christians of the DA.
Thank you, Speaker. Speaker, today we are standing here debating an issue that is not about the residents. It's about who holds what positions in this House. When we look at the office of the Speaker, yesterday, in terms of the rules, we are meant to
Councillors, please. Can I ask you please to keep quiet and allow Councillor Christians to make his submission, please. Councillor Christians?
Thank you, Speaker. Speaker, as I was saying, the office of the Speakers needs to be respected. And we saw the disrespect yesterday for that office. Because not only for the office of the Speaker, but also for those who stood for a moment of silence. So that is the first thing the office of the Speaker protects. The second thing is, if you look at the rules and the way they're managed, it's quite easy to quote a rule, but to act on it is another thing. When they say the Speaker is biased, for the last 3 sittings, I've been taking note of who the Speaker has been allowing to speak. And 80% of the speakers who speak outside of the rules, and because of the leniency of the Speaker that's to my left today, 80% comes from that side of the House, not this side of the House. So Speaker, when the proposer, Councillor Ahmed, wants to talk about the rules, he tends to speak.
Councillor Christians, please take your seat. Councillor Nobela, is that a point of order?
Thank you very much, Speaker. I think it confirms exactly what we're saying. That's why we speak too much, because we're guiding him.
Chair, there's no,
And it looks like he doesn't listen to guidance.
What is the point of order, Councillor?
The point of order is that it means at the end of the day, you will going to support the motion. Because we speak too much, because we are guiding the Speaker who's struggling to get things under order. So that's why we speak too much.
You can't guide
And we are going to continue to speak too much as long as they can't keep the House in order.
Please sit down.
So
we are Councillor Christians.
Councillor Christian.
Thank you, Speaker. Speaker, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Because of the soft heart of the Speaker, he allows for people to speak, which is one of the things that he needs to do in terms of Rule 18, allow for freedom of speech. But that is being abused in this House. And we are being abused on a regular basis because of the soft heart of the Speaker. So maybe the Speaker should now stop allowing people to speak freely when they're not allowed to and stick to the rules. So when Councillor Ahmed says that this motion
In which
of
rule?
confidence is
In which
because
rule?
the councillor is in breach, he's not in breach. This is a new term of office and he's trying to help people learn how the rules work. But when those who cannot drink the horse wants to choose not to learn, then obviously the Speaker has to show them leniency to speak. So Speaker, you have a number of rules that you need to adhere to, and you and I are always at odd end because I say, let's stick to the rules. Don't be so soft-hearted. And we've had this conversation, Speaker, and now they're using that against you when it's them that is benefiting from it. So Speaker, your office, let us respect your office on both sides, because education, as those whose spots are now changing, is a twofold thing. It's not just about sitting and howling. It's about using the 2 ears to listen and the 1 mouth to speak with. Speaker, I can go on to each and every rule in this House. As you know, I've done it with you. But there is one rule that I want you to listen to. Speaker, to both the speakers, Rule 72, and I'm going to read it. A ruling by the presiding officer shall be final and binding and shall not be debated by the Assembly, but may be referred to the Rules Committee for interpretation at the request of any councillor aggrieved by such ruling. Speaker, you need to start using it, because what you tend to do is, because of your soft heart, you try to allow others to speak after you make your ruling so that they can understand why you make that ruling. So now let's rather give Councillor van Wyk the work in the Rules Committee to do that translation for you, because that's what tends to happen, because they use that and use it against you. So Speaker, from now on, let us use that rule 100% and refer these items then to there. The other rule I want to touch on, Speaker, seeing that I still have 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
There's a hand. There's a hand. There's a hand. Yes, Councillor. Councillor Ngwenya, sorry, I forgot your surname. Please proceed.
You always forgot us.
So if my freedom of speech to use words that I feel close to my heart are not being welcomed, then Speaker, then I by all means say that the Constitution of this country then is not respected in terms of freedom of speech. Speaker, the next rule I want to speak to, which is Rule 67.
Councillor Christians, please sit. Councillor Ngwenya, is there another point of order? Councillor Ngwenya, please proceed.
Yeah, Acting Speaker, can we please be respected here? It's a clear indication that a DA-led municipality does not have interest in understanding on what other people are saying. We just told Councillor there to then say, please speak to what is on the table. Do not tell us of your hearts and feelings. We are all humans here. We are not interested in the story of his. Please, he must make sure that he stick to those. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor. I'll repeat. Councillor Christians, please speak to the motions. You don't need to be giving speaker advice in this platform. Speak to the motion and you can have another conversation outside. Let's speak to the motion.
Thank you very much, Speaker. Speaker, I'm not sure what's the name of the councillor who just spoke before me, but may I remind him of the words of his previous caucus leader, which says, Speaker, allow for the person on the floor to speak so you can understand what he's saying. Don't cut him off. And clearly that councillor wants to do that now. So thank you very much for that, Councillor Novella, when you continuously said it in the previous term. Speaker, the next rule I want to speak to, and this rule has been abused by the person who's put this motion forward, which is Rule 67. The presiding officer's right to speak takes precedence
Councillor
over the
Christians,
right of the councillors
There's another
to speak.
hand on the point of order. Please sit. Yes, Councillor, what is the point of order?
Speaker, look, we were trying to be logical, but the conditions dictate that we must be illogical. The speaker or the councillor must speak. Motion. He must stop lecturing us on the rules. We're not interested on the rules. We'll go and talk to the rules when time permits. Now you see
There's
the
the
howlers.
problem.
These are howlers. These are howlers. Protect me from
Councillor-
howlers who are white. Protect me from howlers. Because you gave me permission to
Can't
speak.
protect
Now I'm
you.
being howled.
Councillor, I gave you permission
Speaker,
to speak.
the
Speak
point
to
of
me.
order. The point of order. The speaker, I forgot her name, but let me address him as a council. So let me also raise it in Zulu, because English can be too much English. So manje sikhuluma ngemotion speaker, and isikhulumi esiphambi kwethu sisilectura ngama rules, asikhulumi ngemotion, the item that is in front of us. So sisacela ispeaker must not deviate and must talk to the item esikuyo. That is what we are saying, speaker. The rules committee will sit and expand on the rules. Can we be respected?
Thank you,
We can
Councillor.
think.
I've already spoken
We can
to
think
the-
as well.
Thank you. You can sit. I've already spoken to Councillor Christians on that. The lecture on the conduct of the speaker, you'll do it elsewhere. Can you speak on the motion, please? Thank you.
Thank you, Speaker. Speaker, the rule that I want to speak on in terms of why the Speaker of the House should remain here.
Councillor Christians, please sit. There's another hand. Councillor, MMC.
Thank you, Speaker. I'd like to just remind you of Rule 72. It's a point of order, 1. And then I'd also like to remind you, Speaker, this is a point of order on you, just to remind you of your power in that seat. Rule 66. The presiding officer should ensure that the councillors are allowed to speak and debate freely in the council subject to these rules. This is your Bible in that seat. So the councillor speaking to that Bible should be allowed freedom of speech. Thank you very much.
Councillor. You debate on the issue at hand. You just don't speak unless you're speaking on the item. That is the ruling. Councillor Christians, please speak to the debate, which is the motion that has been tabled. Thank you.
Thank you, Speaker.
You know what
Speaker,
the debate is.
Let me conclude with the words of the late Mayor, Councillor Makubo. When we have experience, the other side...
You have 30 seconds.
When we have experience, let the other side use our experience to do better. And that is what is happening today. We are trying to teach, and that is what Councillor Makubo was very strong on.
Councillor Christians,
That's
please
the
sit.
best way forward
Speaker,
is for us to
Speaker,
learn
there's a
together.
point of
Speaker,
order.
I thank
you
you,
are
and we
very
will oppose
unfair.
this
You're not
motion.
even looking this side. Speaker.
There's a point of order. Is it done? Next, we have Councillor Rapadu of the ANC.
The kids are in the house.
Thank you, Speaker.
Bring a child to work day.
Speaker, I think today has been a long time coming. I think some cooks said it better than me or sang it better than me. But the intolerance that has been meted out in this council by the person who sat on this chair was intolerable. It defeated free speech. It defeated free debate. And I think one of the things, what makes this August House a council of the city of Johannesburg, it's the debate that needs to be taken here. We are not here representing our own jackets. Some of us were elected. We're not placed by parties or confirmed to parties. Constituency elected us directly as ward councillors, directly. Recently, my council was touched, my office was touched as a ward councillor. And when you come to this council and you want to raise,
Councillor Rapadu, please take your seat. There's a point of order.
Was
touched
because you are not delivering to those voted for you, Mchan.
Like, honestly, what is your point of order?
Okay, he dropped his hand.
We have seen countless times there's been a collapse of council, not because parties don't want to see this council to move forward, but because of the conduct and the stubbornness of the speaker. That's why I said when I started, it's been a long time coming. It's not a mistake. And every time Vasco, or Councillor Vasco, sorry for that, has to make a decision, he looks this side. Yeah? There's a Dalai Lama this side that must guide him. So it's not him. So the Dalai Lama's this side looking, it's a yes or no. So for me, Speaker.
Councillor Rapadu, please sit. There's a point of order.
I withdraw that one.
MMC.
Rule 72, Speaker. Can we please, I've spoken about freedom of speech, and Councillor Rapadu, I'm also a ward councillor, so I know your feelings, but I'm just saying, can we please stick to the item at hand? Thank you.
Councillor Rapadu, I heard you say you withdraw.
I withdraw what?
You were withdrawing something before you said.
No, I'm not withdrawing anything, Speaker.
Okay.
No, I'm not. Speaker, I think one of the things why we're in this debate...
Councillor Rapadu, there's
Yes.
another hand. Councillor
another
Ngwenya
hand.
wants to raise a point of order. Councillor Ngwenya, what is it?
Thank you, Speaker. Just the previous councillor mentioned Rule 72, and she mentioned freedom of speech. I suppose it's a clear indication of us not reading proper of our
What is the
rules.
point of order,
The point of order is to then say it's not Rule 72, it's Rule 68. Thank you so much. Just read proper.
Please refrain from wasting our time in the House. Councillor Rapadu, please proceed.
One of the reasons why as the ANC we're supporting this motion, Chair of Chairs, is that the Speaker doesn't even know what is separation of power. He doesn't know. Every time there's a discourse,
Councillor Rapadu,
there's a point, of, order again.
order. Please sit. Councillor Bitka.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Just to quote your own councillor, don't stand with your hands in your pockets, please. Thank you.
Councillor Rapadu, please proceed.
I expected better. I expected better. Most of the time, as I was saying, there's a clear distinction of separation of power which the Speaker needs to uphold as the legislature and the executive. And you would see every time there's an impasse in this House, people would sneak into that room who are part of the executive to advise the legislature. And that is uncalled for. That must never happen. That's why there's separation in 2005. This council in the city of Johannesburg took that position to say there must be a separation of power. So this man clearly is in too deep. He doesn't know whether he's coming or going. And for us, we are saying enough is enough. And we don't deserve to have a speech of such capacity or caliber. So as the ANC, we are moving and supporting the motion to remove this person. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Councillor Rapadu. Councillor Ahmad, can you kindly close the debate for us?
Thank you very much, incoming Speaker. It is visible to us, we can see we were warned about a storm yesterday. And when you look outside the window, you can see the storm. It's almost here. So by so saying, we move Gade's motion. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Councillor Ahmad. So now that the proposer has closed the debate, we're going to put the motion to a vote. So in terms of Rule 91.5, those opposing the motion, please raise your hands. Those opposing the motion, please raise your hands. Legal, if you can assist us to count the hands.
Mabaso. Mabaso.
Mabaso. You see, these are the things that we don't want here. They're voting.
They're voting, but they...
So we'll reorder the voting. When we're going to take out the Fundu, we vote on November 12th, you can stand up. But now we are in the speaker. Sit down. Sit down. Fundu's time is coming for vote of no consequence. Then you stand up.
Ubaba kabani lokhuluma kanje? Hey wena.
The MMC wish. Investigated by FBI, all of you. We are calling FBI to come and investigate.
Umdala for lezi zozikhulumayo.
Switch it off then.
It's fine, it's fine.
Speaker, ata za tshoveka mavoko va hlaya na.
Thank you very much. You can drop your hands.
Speaker Sifunipha a lot.
Those in support of the motion, please raise your hands. Those in support of the motion. Order. We can't do orders now. Order for what? We're in the middle of voting. Those in support of the motion, raise your hands.
Chair, it's very important that we know the credentials first. It's very important. Yes. Because
Councillor,
there's
if you're
no
in
way that we
support
can
of the
start
motion,
voting without
raise
the
your
credentials
hand.
of the House. Yes.
How many are we?
Those are the credentials. Call it on.
Rules are flouted. There was no roll call.
Hands.
There was no.
There's an ANC councillor with 2 hands, acting speaker.
Those in support of the motion, please raise your hands.
Credentials, please.
Legal, can you please count the hands that are raised?
Credentials.
A roll call, please.
Zungu, I watch you. Zungu, lower one hand.
Councillor Zungu, drop your hands, please. Drop your hands.
Speaker, you said the doors must be closed. There's 2 ANC members that just walked in. Speaker, you said the doors must be closed.
Chair?
How do you close doors on our people? Are you crazy?
Councillor Tepe, don't count us. Councillor Tepe, don't count us. Councillor Tepe, don't count us.
Sit down.
Chair? Chair?
Councillors.
Chair?
Order, Speaker. Order, Speaker. Acting Speaker. Point of order, Acting Speaker. Acting Speaker. Acting Speaker, point of order.
Thank you, councillors. Councillors, can I have your attention, please? Thank you, councillors. Yeah. Councillors, thank you so much. We need to finish the voting process. Councillors, we need to finish the voting process. Can you kindly sit down? Councillors, please sit down. We need to finish the voting process. We need to finish the voting process.
Hello, Madam Speaker.
When you dance for nothing.
Councillors, we need to continue with the voting process. Those that are abstaining from the vote, please lift up your hands. The abstentions. Those that are abstaining, lift up your hands. Councillors, I'm asking for abstentions. Those that are abstaining from the vote, please lift up your hands. Otherwise, we are going to move on. If you are abstaining from the vote, yeah. Councillors that are abstaining from the vote, please lift lift up your hands. Legal, is there anyone that is lifting their hands for abstaining? If not, we are going to announce the results. Councillors, I'm announcing the results. I'm about to announce the results. Please settle down. Councillors, I am announcing the results. Please settle down.
Recount.
The yeses in support of the motion. The yeses in support of the motion, 111. The noes opposing the motion, 137. Zero abstention. The motion is not carried. Motion is not carried.
So, I told you you're dancing for nothing.
Hey, we request a roll call. We need a roll call.
Thank you, councillors. Can we settle down, please? Thank you, councillors. Can we settle down, please? Councillors, Can we settle down, please?
The item is not closed. The item is not closed. Give us the recount.
Hey, we are waiting for result. We are waiting for result. We
Thank you, councillors. Can we settle down? Thank you. Can we take our seats?
We are waiting for result. Speaker, we are waiting for results. What is that
Thank
we're doing?
you. Can we take our seats? Thank you. Councillors, can you settle down, please? To put out the volume a little bit. The volume. Councillors can't hear.
Keep on trying.
We are here. I don't know how to switch it off.
Can you hear me now? No. Can you please adjust the volume? Thank you, that's better. Councillors, can we please respect one another and take our seats? Thank you. Thank you. Councillor, you've raised your hand first.
Thank you, Speaker. For
Councillors, please.
Sorry. Thank you, Speaker. We've got two concerns. One, we did not get to understand with regards to credentials as to how many were we. That's one. You can howl.
You will do your credentials.
Dula. Speaker, two.
If you don't know your credentials, I don't know who you are.
A recount after understanding how many we are. We demand a recount because we don't know against how many. Thank you.
You are going speaker. You like it or not?
Thank you, Councillor. Councillor, just to respond to you, it was announced that the motion is carried by the chair of chairs that was sitting right here. Thank you very much. Councillor Rasarute.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Councillor Dagama. I will never refer to you as our speaker yet because we are still waiting for results. In fact, but again, there are people who came in here while we were busy. Listen. There are people who came in here when we were busy. We are asking for the acting speaker to come back to that chair so that she can continue with her business because this item is not yet closed. Please, we want to know how many hands were against, how many hands were for, how many hands abstained. Immediately after the announcement of 137, that's the only thing we had. They started celebrating. We couldn't hear anything.
You were making noise,
please.
But you were making noise.
You were dancing.
You were singing.
Recount.
Speaker.
The sore losers.
Speaker.
I'm a widow. I was very worried.
The case finished.
I thought that your leader has spoken, Councillor Hadebe. And I'm not going to allow any further debate on this issue. Councillors, the announcement was made. The announcement was made by the Chair of Chairs, first of all, and I can repeat the number. I will repeat that. The announcement that was made was those for the motion were 111. The motion were 137. And those that abstained was 0. So, while you are making a noise, you are not listening to me. You're not listening to me. You are making a noise. So, councillors, the election was declared, and therefore this issue is closed. Thank you very much. Can we continue, Secretary? Thank you. Please continue.
Speaker, order on you. Order on you, Speaker.
I'm not having any further debates, councillors. Done.
Point of order, Speaker. That's why your problem starts. Order on you, Speaker. Order on you, Speaker.
Speaker. No.
Why,
Speaker.
Why?
Speaker.
This is the reason you must be removed from that chair.
72, Speaker, on you.
Yes.
72 on you, Speaker.
Speaker, yes.
No, on you, Speaker.
Councillor Novella.
Speaker.
No, please sit down. Sit down.
Am I sit down?
No, I'm talking about the two councillors here. Thank you very much. Councillor Novella.
Thank you very much, Speaker. I think it's for this reason there's a motion today against you. One, you know it's conflict of interest, that you are going to preside on an issue that is against you.
Point of order, Speaker.
Let me finish.
Point of order.
The question that was
Point
raised,
of order, Speaker.
The question that was raised is that when we started the meeting, you yourself established whether we had quorum or not. And the announcement you gave to councillors that we have 190 councillors. Then we have quorum. Now the result as they come out, they are over that 190 which was announced. So it's only fair, Speaker, that you allow the Chair of Chairs to come and back at that chair. First, verify that quorum, because the numbers don't correlate, they don't add up. And as it stands, it means you can't be the one presiding there. It's logic.
Councillor Novella, I really think that you should be taking your chair at this point. You should be taking your chair at this point. Councillor Novella, this has been closed by the Chair of Chair. The previous item. It was closed, and therefore the Chair of Chairs left the seat. She left this seat after she's closed this debate on the previous item. So we are continuing. You know what procedure to follow. If you have a grievance against this issue, you've got the rules right in front of you. Thank you very much. Secretary, will you please announce the next item? Thank you.
I've raised my hand, Speaker.
Speaker, there's a hand here.
I've raised my hand.
Councillors, we are... Chair. Speaker, there's a hand here.
Don't suppress Mufukeng.
Councillor Takama, there's a hand here. May we resume with the
Councillor... Hey! Councillor Takama, order on you. Order on you. No.
Councillors, the previous debate has been closed and that's where it stands. Secretary, will you announce, please? Thank you.
Usabi challenge Tagam.
Speaker. Speaker.
Councillors, item 74.
No, Speaker.
Speaker.
Councillor Rasrute, I'm not going to allow you to speak at this moment. And stop pressing the button. Thank you very much. The debate is closed. It's long over. We are going to continue and stop pressing the buttons. The issues that you are complaining about, you are doing again the same, exactly the same. The same misbehavior that you had before this motion, you are continuing with the same misbehavior. So, councillors, the item is over, the motion has been defeated, and we are continuing. It's as simple as that. I'm not going to allow you to speak any further. Thank you very much. Secretary, please announce the next item. No.
Speaker. Really, you are not Speak.
I've you can speak through here.
Councillors, we are on item 74, which is the schedule of meetings of the City of Johannesburg Council and committees for July to June 2023.
Which one is it? This is the calendar. Item 74 is this one.
Councillor Radebe, Councillor Radebe, on item 74 as announced, the calendar of meetings for the next financial year. She is not in the house. Chair of Chairs, on the calendar, please. Item 74. Chair of Chairs.
Will you to make some
Speaker rules.
To make amendments on the.
So you're tabling the calendar. Councillor Christians.
Speaker.
Thank you, Speaker. Speaker, the housing date for June. It's and 20. Can we please
Speak. Yeah.
so much.
Hello.
Ayanda.
Chris.
Salapat.
This is not your house, man. Hey, Takama.
You said?
Takama, this is not your house.
Where's our it?
Alex,
Thank
Councillors, we are continuing. We are on item 74. Councillor Christians, if you can try and use this mic. Thank you. Thank you very much. The Secretariat have heard that. Chair of Chairs. Thank you very much. Councillors, is the calendar therefore approved for 2022-2023? Is it agreed to? Thank you.
Agreed.
For the this is not. Please.
I'm not going to be abused by you. Yes.
We are not here. Please.
Christian, you must.
I took the control.
Control is one can tell that we respect us.
Speaker, respect us, please.
Speaker, want to address you.
Thank you, councillors. Thank you, councillors. The sabotage is continuing.
You are already sitting there. You must just move.
Takama.
This is not
Hello.
Takama.
Okay, councillors. Councillors, we're going to give IT a few minutes to deal with the sound issues and then come back. We're done with the calendar. We will follow up with the rest of the others. 10 minutes to give IT that opportunity to see what the problems were. Thank you.
Chance to
when you came back, we start where we stopped. You're not going to talk.
The first thing you must.
Speaker.
Yeah, we are still here. We'll be waiting.
You can't do that. You can't do that.
We'll be waiting for you, Takam.
We are not your children. When we come back,
Before you call it. Before you call it, rule 83. Section 2. What they were supposed to do, they were then supposed to make a copy. Did he give us a copy after announcement has been made?